The Houston Rockets defeat the Dallas Mavericks 108-102, which begs the question, is this Jalen Green's team? Let's talk about it. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Summit State of Mind, presented to you by the Apollo Podcast Network and powered by Big City Wings. In this episode, we're going to discuss our thoughts on the Rockets defeating the Dallas Mavericks, Jalen Green's hot start to the season. We're going to discuss whose team this could possibly be after the first 5 games. And of course, we got a predictions challenge for Rockets versus Warriors. And of course, I'm in studio, we in studio. I gotta have my boys with me, gotta have my hosts, gotta have my brothers at the summit. I got Big Oos to the far right there. Big Oos, give him with a big yeet one time. Big yeet.
Yeet.
One time. And of course, I got my brother, the GM. Actually, technically, they both my brothers. So I pretty much got them on right here. Boys, how we feeling right now? Rockets defeat the Mavs. What temperature check right now? Give me a temp check.
I'm wearing the shirt for a reason.
I'm
wearing the shirt for a
flannel
reason.
Flannel out.
The thermostat is hot. That's what I'm going to say. The thermostat's hot. As hot as Jalen Green's fourth quarter shooting.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeet.
Oh,
That's what I got to say about that, baby.
What about you, DJ? Well, how are we feeling about that?
Man, the price just went up. That's all I'm going to say. The price just went up on this man on my shirt, man. Buy your stock now. If you don't buy your stock now and you buy it in the future, it's going to be too expensive, man. Buy stock in Ramonde right now, man. Yeet.
Yeet. One time. All right, so look, let's go ahead and talk about it right now. The Rockets did defeat the Mavericks 108-102. Jalen Green being the high scorer at 23 points on his I was going to say broad shoulders, but he doesn't really have very broad shoulders.
Fair.
But
he's a father.
Yes, but he is a father, so he is carrying a lot of weight to a degree. But the Houston Rockets did defeat the Dallas Mavericks in a game where I think a lot of people had Dallas pegged to win. They're at home. Rockets have been kind of teetering, a little Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde action going on with them.
Yep.
Not sure which type of team you were going to see, but, thoughts right now on Rockets versus Mavs, hot out of the gate. You expected the run to happen. They got 3 bona fide future Hall of Famers on that team. They were going to make their run. You knew it was going to happen. But the Rockets being able to kind of weather that storm to ultimately lead to the biggest win of the season so far, and you could argue one of the biggest wins of this era of the Houston Rockets, showing that they didn't just win a game, but they went on the road, won a game against the defending Western Conference champions. DJ, over to you right now. Thoughts on Rockets versus Mavs. Tell me how you're feeling right now about it.
The Rockets understood the assignment last night because obviously the other Houston team didn't. So, but it's fine. We're not talking about them. We're talking about.
Are you sure we can talk? You can talk about it.
We're not talking about the boys on Kirby Drive right now. We're talking about the boys over there, man. Okay, but anyways, it was a great win. I'm not gonna sit here and say no, I didn't like it. I needed for us to learn to hold how to hold on to huge leads because we had these boys like almost hitting the panic button, to go up almost like 20 points.
Yep. Yeah, it was about that. Yeah.
I think the biggest lead was 21.
And I understand. 21. Yeah, I understand it was on the road, not on our home turf. But when you have a 21-point lead against a team of that caliber, a team that was in the Western Conference Finals last year, and not even that in the NBA Finals last year, you gotta like put the stake. You gotta drive it into the heart, man. And, hey, we got the win. Like I said, I would like for us to hold on to huge leads. Shout out to Jalen. He had a semi-decent, good shooting game. He still showed out on defensive end. Oh, my God. Did y'all see that block he had on Kyrie?
Yes.
Oh, that was beautiful.
That was beautiful. Beautiful, tough. And, the past 3 years, Jalen, I don't think we see that.
Absolutely.
And again, his defense has been amazing this year. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Şengün. He didn't play his best, but he still, contributed. He still, got his rebounds. He got his points. I think he had 17 and 11. And
dude, he's still performing.
Yeah, still performing.
That's what matters.
And one person I want to shout out to, Tari Eason. Tari Eason, man.
His shooting's been on.
Oh my goodness,
shooting's been on.
Hey, a real potential 3 and D threat, man. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I got to say about last night, man.
Hooper. Tari.
Mama Eason, you did a good job with that boy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Tari, Hooper, Amen, Hooper.
I love it.
Dude, that's them boys, dude. They've been playing. Oh, Steven Adams, Hooper.
Oh,
like these boys, dude. This
vital.
bench is. Oh my gosh, I don't want to get into it right now, but which we'll get into in just a minute. GM, over to you right now. Thoughts overall, Rockets, Mavs. Statement game, baby.
Man, I mean, we all were kind of scared, considering that we did lose the lead.
Scared?
I mean, hey, man, as a Rockets
pants were
fan,
off,
anybody in Houston, we understand what it's like to lose leads. I mean, we saw Choke City in '94.
Oh,
Let's be
man.
real here. This is all part of. This is all
I
part of the
wasn't
history.
live. I wasn't
You
live.
saw Choke City.
It's all part of the history.
I was too,
But-
and he wasn't alive.
This is what I'm going to say.
Wasn't
I'm
live.
not even going to mention any more of that. What I'm going to say is this. What I'm most impressed by is the fact that the Rockets have 2 road victories, considering that we didn't win a single game on the road last year until December.
Until December.
We won 2 road games before November. Think
Y'all
about that.
remember
considering growth.
we had a pod literally talking about, are they ever going to win a road game?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I remember last
3
year.
of us.
Shout out to those people that watched that. That was horrendous.
horrendous.
But I mean, I'll say this, man. Like Jaylen Green just showed out last night, and for those of those people that preached patience, like moi, said, give the man some time. It's
my time to shine,
He's
baby.
gonna. Hey, man, I'm gonna pat myself on the back. You know what I'm saying? Because I had faith in the boy. I got shat on for a whole year for talking positively
Right.
about that man, but he's showing out now and understanding that the type of athleticism combined with his work ethic and what he brings to the table as a player and as a human being, he has an effect, and we saw it. We're starting to see now the type of drive he has as a player. He looks comfortable. He looks confident handling the ball in the fourth quarter. He feels primed and ready to be the man to take over. The fact that he's putting up in the 4 of the 5 games that we've been completely competitive in, he's put up at least 10 points in the fourth quarter. He's like the number 3 scorer in the fourth quarter in the league, number 3 or number 4. Like the guy has shown what he has worked on and what he's trying to put together. Like we have an all-star on our hands. Like to beat a team, like DJ said, Western Conference champion Dallas Mavericks. Kenny, you said 3 future Hall of Famers: Luka, Kyrie, Klay Thompson. We had flashes of Golden State Klay Thompson last night.
He came back.
He
it
did.
was
Yeah,
going to
'cause
happen.
even though like he had only 12 points, I think.
Yeah.
It's just
He hit him when it mattered.
He hit it when it mattered.
He hit him when it
And that
mattered.
pissed me off.
And
Like, why
that's
you do that right
the
now,
shit he
man?
always does.
Every time
And,
against the Rockets.
like,
fully expected it.
to see-
It was going to happen.
Yes, and to see that the defense, especially from Jalen, Amen Thompson on Luka Doncic. Sorry, I was gonna say Luka Thompson. I'm not even thinking.
Yeah,
bro.
go ahead.
But really, like the type of defense this team has now, especially on the perimeter, seeing these guys like Jalen, Amen, Tari, Dylan. These guys are like they're putting it in,
Yeah.
and they're changing the identity of this team, and to see like that they could go out there, take Dallas's best punch, and still pull out the victory, says so much
It
about the
does.
character of this team.
It
Right.
does.
Can we give flowers one time to Amen and Dylan Brooks?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
for
and
their,
Tari easily.
for that
Yeah.
defense that they displayed. I mean, Luka became Luka like towards the 4th. But like even then, like he missed some crucial shots, and he missed these shots when Dylan and Amen's defense in the first half, especially against Luka,
Oh, it was
locked.
amazing.
Oh man,
Locked
do I
down,
got to quote the Usos one time back in the lockdown, but the Uso penitentiary? Should I call it the Amen penitentiary?
Amen
Ooh,
penitentiary.
one time,
That's tough.
one
The
time.
Amen
we're
That
gonna do
is
penitentiary.
tough as
The man
shit,
penitentiary.
he goes, Luka Doncic, locked down.
Locked
You
down.
know, that's what we're gonna do.
Locked down. I
Like, is that
love
what
it.
we're
I
gonna do
fuck
now?
with
Like, I think
that,
that might be what we're doing. We got to give our flowers to these guys and these
Yeah.
bench players that are performing. DJ, before I go to the next topic, overall, what are your thoughts on that bench and that bench performance? Which I thought Jalen got us across to the finish line, but we got to give flowers to the bench and like the unsung heroes of like Dylan Brooks, Jabari to a degree, who played good defense as well. Just your overall thoughts of that.
I mean, we all came to the season saying this was one of the best benches in the NBA. I think, one of the deepest benches in the NBA.
I said deepest. I didn't call him best.
I would love
one of.
It was one
yes,
of.
Yes.
I would love to see Reed get more minutes, but he's a rookie.
Me too.
And it's going to be some situation where we can't play him, and that's fine. He's a rookie. He's going to one day, down the road, coach teammates going to be like, "Hey, Reed, go give me some buckets." We all know he's active on defense. Reed will be fine. Other than that, I think that bench is amazing. The bench is amazing. Steven Adams, he didn't play the first 3 games.
Yeah,
he missed 3 games. We finally got him in that second San Antonio game. We saw how vital he was to this team with his screens, his offensive rebound,
Oh my
him
God.
boxing out Wemby like he's not even there. I mean, where do y'all like it? Like, you know what I'm saying? He has his defensive efficiencies, but we got to realize he's coming off a knee surgery. It's going to take some time to get him, in the gist of it, or just getting the game pace speed. But at the same time, he's still a vital part of this team, especially off the bench when Şengün and when he needs his break. Guess what? Steven Adams, the brick wall, the brick house. Because dude, he vital part. Tari Eason, underrated. So he is so underrated, man. He doesn't get enough praise. I need to see more praise for Tari Eason, because the way he, coming off of the leg injury, the way he's still, participating on defense at a high level, and then you got Cam Whitmore, you got obviously Amen. Man, that bench is amazing.
Did you see that one part in the game too? It was like almost like I was like in the fourth quarter. One of the guys, it might have been Powell. Mm-hmm. Powell got fouled. Oh no, he thought he fouled, or no. He got called for. Powell got called for a foul, and then Powell went like this, like he was stomping, and then Tari, who was like literally just
it was
2 feet away from him, just went like this.
It was Derek
Lively. Okay, it was Derek Lively.
And then Tari did the same thing, and I'm like, Tari, dude.
Funny.
Tari, my man be trolling.
I was like, Tari, different dude. I can't deny it. If I was on the floor, I'd probably do the same thing.
I'd probably do the same thing. Like, what are you doing?
I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You look like a child, and I love it. You can see that this team has an attitude, but a good attitude.
Yes.
Like Steven Adams 2-0 since he's come on. Like this
I
team
want to definitely talk about Steven Adams. I want to definitely touch on him for sure.
Okay. All right, well, no, you can touch on it right now because the next topic is not going to be him. So
well, I just want to say that the effect that he has had, like you said, like the type of open shots that Jaylen Green is generating with Steven Adams, like you see the positivity that comes along with Steven Adams. Like literally the possessions that Steven Adams on the floor, we saw it. Shout out to the Steven Adams Twitter account, the one that the Homer account. I don't remember.
I don't know, but I just call him Steven Adams Muse.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
But we all talk about it.
I call him Steven Adams Muse.
Said that Jaylen Green and Steven Adams on the floor together, he literally generates half the offense, and the fact that their offensive rating together is like a 148. Per 100 possessions. Nice. It's a small sample size, but kind of gives you a taste of the type of effect that these two can have together. Right. You know what I mean? I mean, Steven Adams doesn't need the ball in his hands. He affects the game in so many other ways. Like just the possessions of setting screens, getting rebounds, especially offensive rebounds, is like 13, 15 points added on to already what we had last night against Dallas. Yep. So it's kind of like one of those things of like, it's not everything that shows up on the box score, but what he did last night is so invaluable to the overall aspect of the team. And, I just want to give a shout out to Steven Adams. We've been talking high praise about him coming and joining the team, but I think that he definitely deserves his flowers. And I think as the season progresses, we're definitely going to see a lot more from him as the minutes restriction increases. And we'll definitely get to see a lot more of him with Jaylen Green, because I needed him on the floor with like dynamic athletic players like Jalen Amen, Cam Whitmore, not with Fred VanVleet. Dear God, please do not play those two together. He can stay with Şengün. Like, I mean, I don't want to say anything too negative about Fred. My man's looking a little old, but I think he'll get it together. But what I'm saying is like the athletic players that can go downhill a lot better, using a screen from Steven Adams will increase their variability of getting to the bucket and making an impact defensively.
Right. Let's go ahead and move on right now. Let's talk about Jaylen Green and just the impact he's had on the team in these first 5 games of the season. By far the best player on the Houston Rockets as of right now. We've begged for a leap of some kind from Jaylen Green. We've begged for a hot start from one Jaylen Green. It's almost as if, shout outs to the BTD fans out there, the hot start that everyone's always wanted Alex Bregman to have during a season, because he always starts the year down, is a year that we're actually, I'm going to say it, I don't care. Is a year that Jaylen Green is finally getting, and it's the term patience is finally paying off. And let's talk about that right now. Jaylen Green's ascension into possibly, if he keeps going at this rate, an all-star caliber level of talent, a man worthy of the contract that we paid him. So Jaylen Green, right now, let's run a couple stats right now. 27.6 points per game, first 5 games of the season. 5.4 rebounds, 3 assists, 43% from the field, a little bit lower than you'd like. He's shooting at a high volume right now. This is the kicker here, though, that has made me like really, really excited. 40.7% from 3. I'll say that one more time. 40.7% 0.7%
That's crazy.
from three. There's no hitch in the jump shot.
Yep.
The man is playing at a level that is unbridled, unmatched, literally looking like one of the best, could possibly be one of the best players in the NBA. He is playing shifty. He is accelerating and he's decelerating. How he's able to get past the defenders, he's not just one-way ticketing his speed. He's able to use his elusiveness and aloofness of the defender to take advantage. So let's talk about it right now. We're 3-2 on the backs of one Jalen Green. You like that joke, by the way, huh? You can giggle. You can giggle. You can giggle out loud. There it is. You can giggle out loud. But
yes, I sold for Kenny. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Did.
It's the one of the few sells you give me. Shawn Michaels, SummerSlam, 2005. Don't oversell for me now. Don't oversell for me now, brother. DJ, over to you first. Jalen Green, look, he's on your. He's the man on your shirt.
On my shirt,
You have a
it's on my
theme
shirt.
here. You know, you got that brick red. You got the brick red button down right now, looking fly as hell. You got the Jalen Green shirt, making sure people know who the man that you're wearing.
right now,
Overall
yep.
thoughts on Jalen Green's hot start to the season.
I want to read his first 5 games last season.
Oh, let's go. Teach me something.
17.2 points, 4.2 rebounds, 2.6 assists on 39.5% shooting
be so bad.
from the field and 31% from three. To hear you say those stats,
You had to pull the.
I had to because I know he didn't play up to his standard the first 5 games last season.
Yeah.
And to hear you say those stats, like it's so refreshing to hear because we knew like the type of player Jalen was, and we wanted him to get it together. And John Lucas came out with the quote saying, wait till wait till year 4, it's about to come together. And we see it come together. He's dropping like 20 plus points every game. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait till All-Star voting start, man. I'm about to do the same thing I did with Şengün last year. I'm about to push. Hey, vote Jalen in the All-Star game, man.
We can vote. We're gonna vote them both in. We're gonna vote them both in.
already know.
Vote them both.
When Şengün gets it together too, and he starts putting up numbers like Jalen is, because we all know Şengün's not playing like up to his standards right now. I don't know if he's dealing with an injury or not, but it's okay. We know this how player Şengün is. But right now, Jalen, hey, he's the man right now. There's enough said. He's playing way better defense than he has the past 3 seasons. Hey. That's you. We see the tape. You see the tape. We see the tape.
All eyes on it.
All eyes on him.
All eyes
man.
on it.
But it's like I said, it's refreshing to see. It's refreshing to see. I think he has like the 4th highest plus minus in the league as of right now, behind 3 other All Stars.
Yeah, like SGA.
Yeah, SGA,
Giannis,
Tatum,
and
Giannis. Yeah,
yeah,
I think
those
so.
3, yeah.
Yeah. So that's just saying.
ridiculous.
And right now,
That's
It's a fucking list to be a
insane.
part of, bro.
because of his performance, he has us, I think, 4th in the conference. I think behind Phoenix. I know OKC is first, and I think Phoenix is second, and Golden State is third. So, hey, I'm proud. I'm proud of Jalen. I'm proud of Jalen. I never gave up on it either. You know, I was never putting him in those Mikal Bridges talks. Yeah, I thought those Mikal Bridges trade talks was stupid. I'm glad we ain't trading for Mikal Bridges because right now I think
Broken ass jump shot.
Yeah, that shot is
true.
yeah.
No yeet.
Yeah, no yeet
That's
jump
a
shot.
yeet.
No. But
That's a big fan. No yeet.
but like I said again, refreshing to see. I'm proud of him, man.
I'm proud that all 3 of us kind of
Yeah.
stayed steadfast.
Oh, yeah.
With
Yep.
like, and it's not a knock on LP. It's literally like, hey, LP had a great year last year, fantastic year, one of the best years, right?
Yeah.
The best year of his career by far. I fully expect him to get it together. But man, it's nice to see Jalen finally ascending to it, because now that these 2 guys that we're paying that type of money for to be able to come out and LP will get there. I think LP's good. He's good enough. Like he's more than good enough. He'll be there. And I think when they both get there, man, hey, I'm telling y'all right now that 15-5 start going to surprise a lot of people.
It is, man.
Oh,
It
it
is.
I'm calling. Yeah, I'm already
It
calling
is.
it right now.
Oh, wow.
It could go south real quick.
We go
But
15-5. Oh,
15-5. I'll
Damn.
take it. 3-2 in the
Quarter
first
of the year?
3-2
Yeah.
in the first 5. I mean, hey, it could happen.
It could happen.
It could happen. GM, over to you right now.
Oh,
Look,
man.
you've been the man. You've been, you've already you've talked about it a lot already in this episode. But Jalen Green, his ascension into All-Star status, we're getting there. Overall thoughts on his first 5 games of the season.
I just want to clarify first. I know that you were stating, like, pro Şengün, pro Jaylen. This ain't just either or. This kind of podcast. This is a pro Houston Rockets
Houston,
podcast.
baby.
We're about
pro. I just want to see
unity.
the team win.
I've been saying this.
Do I have my favorite players? Yes, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna put them above everybody else.
Exactly.
No, I'm pro Houston.
Jock
Exactly.
Lawndale is one of his favorites. I'm kidding. No yeet. That was a joke.
Big no yeet.
Yo.
I'm-
Oh man. But
It's okay.
I mean,
Jabari's struggling. It's okay.
yeah, we all see
man.
that. But I mean, I'm just saying that even though I've been harping and talking about the positivity that Jalen Green could potentially bring, it's all about the big picture. And we want these guys to both succeed as Houston Rockets. We want them to be the most dynamic duo in terms of championship caliber teams. People see, Kobe Powell, Jalen Şengün. Potentially, that's something that we all want to see, right? But back to the subject that Kenny was harping on. Jalen's team, first 5 games, 100%. Like, this is the kind of performance that we have been craving from a man that is Jalen Green. And to see him not just show up, but show out when it matters is a huge deal. I mean, I don't want to put a knock on to James Harden. I know that some games he didn't perform well in the fourth quarter. And see, Jalen, Kenny's always said, and I'm going to harper back, Ken, to when we were younger, that you always said,
don't know what I said,
we
but go on.
wanted an athletic wing that can
did.
shoot over players. And
Oh, yeah,
if we were
that
to
annoyed me about
compare
Harden.
James and Jalen, I mean, Jalen's only in year 4. He's not on any level of James Harden right now. I'm just trying to say, in terms of this, a jumper, that you want someone to close at the end of the game.
Yep.
James doesn't elevate. Jalen does. And Jalen's shot doesn't really get blocked, while James doesn't really have much lift. He never did. That's just not who he is. So what I'm saying is this, in terms of athleticism, we're starting to see someone that has the confidence stepping into his shot, whether it's a 2-pointer or a 3-pointer, mid-range, outside shot. This is exactly what we needed. The kind of confidence, quiet confidence. You see him. He has the swagger. He walks with it. He oozes it. And we're starting to really see the pieces fall for him. And I feel so proud. I feel so happy just to see that.
Proud father.
Almost, yeah. I'd say that, yeah, man. I mean, no, I'm not.
But he's
I
not
mean,
your son.
I don't say that. No, I am not. I don't participate in that. That's a Kenny thing.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I was gonna be like, I was like, choose your next words very carefully. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but I mean,
Yeah.
like, just Jalen has just been performing so well. We've seen the work he's put in multiple off seasons. Year 2 of Ime, a new offense. Last year he adjusted, and you saw it at the end of the year, especially in March. And now it's just basically carry over into October, going into November. And I can't be more proud. I mean, we've seen so many things, so many negatives. We've seen how horrible he's played in the last few years. But to come out super strong, and to show like, hey, I am on the level of these guys. Even it may be the first 5 games, just a small sample size, but I do believe that there's a middle ground here in which he could potentially be an all-star this season. And
Yeah,
I do think
I
that
agree.
he carries that burden, and he knows it. He understands it. I mean, you heard Ime last night yelling, "Get it, Jalen," when Dylan had the ball. We were all yelling.
I mean, I was too.
we
but
were all yelling. Too.
Hey,
I mean,
Dylan
Dylan,
scored.
he made the
I'ma let
bucket.
He
Dylan
made the bucket.
Hey,
I'm
don't
not
play
even
good
mad
defense.
anymore.
I was like, hey, I guess you earned that.
It's like, congratulations. But
I
hey,
guess
bro,
you earned that contested fadeaway.
in any other game,
but-
I'd be like, bro,
Right.
please get the ball to Jalen.
I don't think people understand, and I think to a degree, fans are almost underrating the fact that Jalen is doing this, and the fact that he did it last game against the defending Western Conference champions in their home court. The city of Houston wasn't backing him. It wasn't like he wasn't doing this in Houston. He went into their arena. He stepped into the foot of American Airlines Arena, literally the home of the Dallas Mavericks, the defending Western Conference champions. Head up against Luka Doncic, head up against Klay Thompson, head up against Kyrie Irving, and to a degree was the best player on that floor in the fourth quarter. I don't think people realize how big of a deal that is.
I think because I think
You know what I mean?
I think he also learned from last year because I remember the last game of the Mavericks we were up big, but then we blew it in.
Yes, at home.
Yes. I think it was it was at that.
Oh, no, it was,
that- oh, you're right.
it was a nationally televised game.
because
Oh, you're right. Yes, yes,
Dante
yes,
Exum hit a
yes.
3
'Cause
and
we
went to
had it.
overtime. Yeah, we had it,
And then we lost it.
Dante
I think he
Exum,
learned
yes.
also from last year too. Like, okay, this is my time now. You know what I'm
Damn
saying?
right.
I have the confidence. Let me go ahead put what I learned from last year, and let me game these dudes. And guess what? He gamed them. He hit that tough three over Luka, which was insane.
It was
by the
tough.
Way. It was insane.
I mean, those are the types of shots that you expect your star player to hit.
Yep.
And the fact that he can get there, you're looking at, probably, if we keep going at this route, 50-plus wins is doable.
Absolutely.
Is doable. And if Şengün gets his stuff together,
mm-hmm.
And they play simpatico, which we expect them to do, that's Ime's job. That's why we hired him. Get it together, put him in a system where they can both be successful.
I got 4 words for Jaylen. I'm going to capitalize on everything that y'all just said. The going to American Airlines and just doing his thing. Let your nuts hang, baby.
Oh my gosh!
Let your nuts hang.
Facts.
That was it. That's it. That's it. That's what Jalen's doing, bro.
Seriously. It was great. It was great stuff, and we loved it, and I'm sure fans loved watching it, and we hope that continues on. Which leads to the next question. We talk about Alp. We talk about Jaylen Green. Next topic, a little controversial, but we got to talk about it right now. Alperen Şengün had a really great year last year. I can say last year it was his team. Up until the time he got hurt, then Jaylen stepped in. Jaylen had a hot March. It was Jaylen's team. People argue it's still Fred's team. People say it's Ime's team. But 5 games into the season, whose team is this? Or is the jury still out on whose team this is?
You first. You first.
I don't know if people like what I'm going to say.
Just say it. It's fine. I set this up for him.
Even if Alp was performing last year, I felt like Jaylen was the ceiling. And it has to be Jalen's team for the team to hit to a championship level because he is the dynamic wing.
No, talk louder. Yeah, come on. Let them know. Tell them how you feel.
He's the dynamic wing. And I think that he is the one that this hinges on. Because without Jaylen, we can't have Şengün be as good as he can potentially be as well. This all hinges together. And I know that it's not fair to what Şengün has done last year, but in order for us to vault into like a top 3 seed in the future, Jaylen has to be the guy. Like via Anthony Edwards. He's got to be that guy.
Yeah. It's a guards league now, man.
It's a guards league. The bigs are the ones that perform, like Giannis, Joel, Jokic. Yeah, but there's only a few of them.
There's so few.
There's only a few of them.
So few.
And they do make a great impact, but this is a guards league, and it always has been. What I'm saying is that this has to be Jalen's team for us to hit our peak, and that's just an unfortunate truth. I mean, Şengün is such a great partner for him. He can do so much potentially in terms of that partnership with making buckets, pick and pop, pick and roll, with Jaylen handling the ball. And I think that we're starting to see it a little bit more once Şengün gets healthy, allegedly. We don't know, but there is reports of injuries. That's kind of like a rumor. But, like the way Jalen's performing right now, if we see this kind of version of Jaylen, this is a superstar. A superstar. Like you said. Like the points he puts up in the fourth quarter, top 4 amongst the best players in the league. So, I mean, if we can get that just as a fourth quarter, this is Jalen's team. This is kind of how it has to be, unfortunately.
No,
I'm not saying unfortunately for us. I mean, unfortunately for those that may feel some type of way about it. It's just, in my eyes, that's how I feel. And unfortunately, it is what it is.
DJ, over to you. Whose team is this?
I think this is still Şengün's team.
I respect it.
Oh, I love it.
I want to be for
Give me
real.
your reasoning. Just curious.
I love the start that Jaylen has. I'm loving it. Don't get me wrong. But can he keep it up?
Ooh.
It's also a fair statement. We've seen a lot of inconsistency.
Each of the past 3 seasons, he's always gone off in March and April. And right now, I'm loving the start he has. This is not March. This is not April. This is October. We're in November right now. Can he keep it up? The only player that I've seen, the only one of our top players, our 2 top players that I've seen consistently, keep up the top-notch performances, this, that, and the third, Şengün. Even last season before he went down. I mean, what's going on today? You have a few little cold streaks. Yeah, it's bound to happen. You're not going to go through a full 82 game stretch where you're on fire. You're going to struggle. It's fine. I'm actually expecting for Jalen too. And
it'll happen.
Yeah, and the fan base gonna be like, oh my God, Jalen's going back to his old self. No, guys. if he does, please don't. Oh, we're screwed.
Overreact to that.
Overreact. Yes, I don't want to.
Oh, I
see
can't wait to see that. That's gonna be so much fun.
But this is still Sengun's team. I think we still run an offense through him now with two JP's. I'm sorry. Keep calling you JP. I don't like calling you that no more.
Hey,
Justin.
To
Justin's point.
Just because we fam, bro.
We fam now.
To Justin's point, yes, Jalen is a vital part of this offense because we can't go without him. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, the car is moving with Sengun, but we can't fully
lock in
and go 80, 90 miles per hour without Jalen. But at the same time, Sengun is still that guy on this team. He proved it last season. He was top 3 in MIP. He was on the verge of being an all-star. I think this is still Sengun's team. And when he, like you said, when he gets it together, I fully expect this car to go 100 miles per hour towards the 50 win mark and get that top seed. Or not the top seed, one of those top 6
They're going to get there.
Seeds. Yeah, we're going to
they'll be one of the top 6.
But in my opinion, this is still Sengun's team.
Okay. So I got Jalen on one side. I got LP on the other. Am I going to play Switzerland? Am I going to be the one that just kind of stays down the middle? Because I am going to be the one that stays down the middle. Because, and I'm going to be honest with y'all. The team is most successful when Justin equated them to Kobe Gasol. Jalen will. I'm sorry, I'm gonna burst everyone's bubble. Jalen will never be Kobe.
Facts.
It's never gonna happen because Kobe is one of one. I'm sorry.
We don't need him to be Kobe.
He doesn't need to be Kobe because that's the thing. When it was Kobe and Gasol, it's always gonna be Kobe's team because Kobe is probably the biggest or the second biggest alpha in NBA history outside of Mike. Mm-hmm. That's never gonna be Jalen. I don't think it is Sengun's team or LP's team. It should be both of their teams. They both have exceeding amounts of talent. Mm-hmm. And they both, if they can lock it in together, you are looking at, I hate to use this comparison. I don't want to use this on the show, especially a show about the Rockets, but Stockton and Malone. Oh. You can't have one without the other.
Oh, Utah.
I kind of am hoping that is not the team, but that is the direction that we're trending, that Green isn't Green without Sengun and Sengun isn't Sengun without Green. Yep.
Yeah.
I think if you get that, you may get the best version of the Rockets.
I completely agree.
So I think the jury's still out. Bottom line, I think the jury's still out right now. I don't think it's either of their team because they still need to prove it.
Yeah.
Jalen went in guns a-blazing, probably the biggest win in the last year outside of maybe that OKC win in OKC that Jalen also led, oddly enough. But this is, it's the jury's still out. It's only 5 games in the season. It was kind of a trick question at both of y'all to see if y'all, how y'all would feel, or is it too early to call? So y'all are pretty steadfast in your opinions, which is good. And they're both differentiated, which is great. Content loves that. And do it for the content. And, so overall, we'll see what happens. And obviously 5 games in. Guys, there's still 77 games left in the
we got
season.
plenty
of time.
That's what I say. You never know. Jalen, and God forbid, knock on wood, Jalen could just play crappy for the next 77 games. You never know.
You just never know what bad. That's the thing about it.
I'm not wishing bad, but you
just never know.
You just never know.
Exactly. So let's go move on to our last topic. But before we do, obviously, guys, if you are listening, if you are watching on YouTube, you know what I love more than anything? I'm a big algo guy. I love algorithm. I love saying algorithm. It's fantastic. I want you to like, comment, subscribe. Shout outs to Zilla one time. Be sure to like this episode. Comment on this episode. Subscribe to this channel because I do like comments. Comments continues to move the needle for this show, for the Apollo HOU channel, and it keeps your beautiful eyes on our product that we are putting out there. Obviously, I'm doubling down on who we are. We're not the most educational Rockets podcast, but we're the most fun.
You're damn right.
And I stand on that. So be sure, once again, like, comment, subscribe. I'm a big fan of algorithm. Be sure to continue to do that as we move on to our last topic. Boys, let's move on. Rockets versus Warriors. Big game. But DJ has some news. You did uncover a little something. Can you want to go ahead and drop it on the pod right now?
Steph Curry will not be available for the game tomorrow.
He's out.
That means Jonathan Kuminga
You
is going to
look-
pour 40 points on
you look
tomorrow.
very disappointed.
I wanted him to play because I wanted us to prove a point. Let's just say we.
He's like, I wanted it for the points.
Like, let's just say we do win tomorrow, right? Oh, you didn't have Steph. Oh my God, I don't want that to be the narrative. But at the same time, like,
You just want
it's
the
so
dub.
good. I just want the win. We haven't beat these dudes since when? 20 in the shortened COVID season. Oh gosh, like. I'm tired of losing to these dudes. I want to win against the Warriors, man.
Okay, well, hey, look. Bottom line, though, Steph Curry's not playing, but
Steph
we are
is
gonna.
not playing, yes.
So there is a chance here, and I know that you want to beat him. You know, when Steph's on
I
there,
do.
and believe me,
Fuck
I feel
yeah,
like
we all do.
we're
We all do.
trending. That time is coming, boys. I
Yes,
feel like that time is
yes.
coming, but it may not happen tomorrow, and that's okay.
Dang.
All right, boys. Right now, whoever laissez-faire this whole thing. Whoever wants to go first, 3 key points. Give me a score prediction.
You first.
Oh,
y'all pointed at
me
each other.
first. Okay. So Steven Adams will not be playing tomorrow. I know that for
Oh,
sure.
2 news droppers.
So
He's not?
Why is he
he's
out?
not. He's not. Just because
Probably,
of rest.
yeah.
This is more so maintenance.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can't have that ACL again, man.
Yeah. So he will not be playing tomorrow.
Okay, I don't know if my opinion may change now.
My keys to the game is this. This is a trap game. Do not fall into the trap. No Steph Curry. Just Draymond Green out there. Guys,
Dropping triple
this
doubles.
does not mean that you can take it easy. This is a home game against the Golden State Warriors that's down and beaten. You got to win. So do not fall into the trap. Okay?
Yes, because we also lost against Charlotte.
Absolutely. Number 2, rebound. Rebounding is so key here. You know, like, we just got to make sure to recover the boards and take care of the ball. And, you know, just to ensure that we get extra possessions. Just because the Golden State Warriors, without Steph Curry, you want to get as many opportunities as you can to score.
Right.
And that's what we need. And number 3, you know, the dynamic duo, Jalen Green and LP. I want to see them both perform. And I think that tomorrow could be a good game for that, considering
Great game
that
for that.
Golden State is weakened. You know, it's not going to be the prettiest game on their end. So I think this is a good time to kind of iron out the kinks for LP and to kind of give him the opportunity to get a little bit more shots up, opportunities with the ball, and let's not run as many Fred Şengün PNRs. I want to see some Jalen Şengün PNRs, as I think that we need to work on that because that's where we can generate the most success in terms of offense. And that's kind of what I want to see. Martin, are we going to predict final score?
Yeah.
Final score, 115-101 Houston.
Right. All right.
Okay. All right. Big Goose, over to you.
Key points?
Yeah. Give me 3 keys and a final score.
3 key points. 1, contain Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield has been going on a hot streak, especially from the 3-point line. Please do not let him go on that hot streak. Cannot stress that enough. Number 2, same what Justin said. Crash the boards. I need, like, even though Steven Adams won't be playing, we still are, you know, a good offensive rebounding team or rebound team in general. Crash the offensive boards, man. And number 3, I think get Şengün going, because I don't think any big man, maybe besides Draymond, but any big man on that team can guard 28.
Tough.
Get
That's
Şengün
true.
going. We know 4. We know Jalen's going to do his thing. Get 28 going. Cannot stress that enough. Final score. Let's do 110-99. Rockets win.
Ooh, win by 11.
I
Okay.
like that.
Keep them under
And I like
100.
Keep them under 100. I like
I
that.
like that.
I
Hey.
think we are a good defensive team.
We are a good defensive team. True.
They don't have Steph, obviously.
They could.
They
can-
could, but
Yeah.
he's out. He's out.
Yeah, so they can keep him under 100. I could see that.
I can see them keeping him on 100. And I don't. Yeah, I see us containing Buddy Hield as well, and I just don't see any other offensive firepower on that team. Maybe besides Kuminga and Brandon Podziemski. I don't know, but yeah. Rockets win 110-99.
That's a good prediction because if you can keep
like
the
that.
defending Western Conference champions to 102, you should be able to keep this Warriors team
99,
to under 100.
yes.
No, that's fair.
Let's be for real. All right, 3 key points. 1, get the wings going, and I'm not talking about chicken wings. I'm talking about get the wings going. That means I need Jabari to get going.
Yeah.
I need Dylan to keep he shot the ball, fairly well against Dallas. get him going. Tari Eason to continue playing well. Get the wings going. The weakness, and from at least a scoring standpoint, has been the wings. The wings have not. And Jabari is a big key in that. So basically what I'm saying is get Jabari going. So key number two, I need the defense to stay locked in and stay locked down. When I mean locked down, I'm talking about take them to the Amen Penitentiary, take them to the Tari Penitentiary, take them to the Dylan Penitentiary one time and lock down this Warriors team. You are a better team. You know you're a better team. Don't mess around with your food. Don't play with your food. Go there and eat. You're there for a purpose. Mm-hmm. You're there to get a win. You're there to continue to extend the lead. And you're here to continue to put the league on notice that you are could possibly be one of the better teams in the Western Conference. It's a good chance to take a statement win. Key number 3, I'm going to match up with what DJ said, get 28 going. Jalen's going to be Jalen. I think Jalen's going to be fine. I'm actually not worried about him at all. Şengün, getting him going is going to be very important. He's better than any other big men that they have. I don't think Draymond can hold a candle. I think Alp can do it. I mean, as long as he's healthy and doing what he needs to do, he should be fine. Final score, I got the Rockets winning 113-100.
So we all got them.
We're thinking double-digit win.
I got a double-digit win, as it should be.
We all got them scoring in like that 110, 115 range.
Yeah.
That's as it should be. Boys, let's hope that the Rockets can do that right here. We're going to pray for a 4-2 start. Let's get ready to go home right now. Go home on a very successful episode 232.
I think
it's officially in the books, 232 right now. And Big Goose. Big Goose is going to tell him how he feels in a second. But Justin, tell the people one time what they want to hear. Drop the lines.
Well, make sure to follow me on socials at JP_Mirabueno. Make sure to follow the podcast over on Twitter X at Summit SOMPOD. Sorry, I had to think about it for just a moment. Follow us on Instagram at SummitStateOfMind_POD. And make sure to follow all of us, our people, our brothers over at Apollo NBA and Apollo HOU. And do not forget to super kick that subscribe button on YouTube at Apollo HOU. Like this video, comment on this video, say whatever you want. Express yourself, like Madonna said, right? Is that Madonna's song?
Yeah.
Express yourself, whatever. But yeah. Anyways,
that was
Goose.
awesome.
I'm too young for Madonna. So.
Yeah. Big Goose, where can they find you? Tell them where they can find you.
Simple. You find me on X or Twitter. I don't like that. Find me on Twitter. Hustletown, SZN. Simple. That's it. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah,
okay,
that's it.
Cool. You can follow me on Twitter as well, at Summit Commish. Thank you so much for making us your first listen for all Houston Rockets content. That's going to go ahead and wrap up 232 officially in the books as the Houston Rockets get a big win against Dallas and hope to follow it up with hopefully a good win against the Warriors. And we will come back next week to do a couple of those reviews and to move this season forward along with the Rockets. So let's end this episode as I end every episode with Go Summit, Go Apollo, and hey, let's keep it simple. Beat the freaking Warriors. Go Rockets. Big Who say the thing.
Don't fall for the trap.